Hey guys, Coach Haley here. Today we're going to talk about handstands. Handstands is one of my favorite movements to play around with. It's really total body, very mental, works on that muscle control. And so today we're just going to go over the basics of how to get that beautiful and strong freestanding handstand. So before we get started, we're just going to talk about what's getting activated while you're upside down. So starting with the hands, you want the palms nice and wide just to give a bigger surface area, a nice base. And then you really want to activate your fingertips, so almost like you're gripping the ground. A lot of times the fingertips stay loose and we're relying on our palms, which just makes us a little shaky upside down. So we really want to be activated. Secondly is our shoulders. So a lot of times, once again, we go upside down, gravity starts to pull us down, we start to sink in the shoulders. Makes us a little unstable. So we really want to focus on pressing the ground away. Really push it away, activate those shoulders, gives you that nice strong base. Next, moving up, we're going to go nice strong core. A lot of times what happens is if our core goes loose, our legs flip over. So more often than not, it's not that we're over kicking, but we're getting loose in our mid region and we're hyperextending our back, allowing us to flip on over. Next is our legs. So like I said, it's total body. We want to make sure our legs are activated, really squeeze them together, point the toes, almost like you're jumping up towards the sky. You want to press the ground away, just like a bullet going up towards the air. So that's going to give us the strongest handstand possible and a nice hold. So to get started, we're going to go through a couple exercises. First, we're just going to get our wrists warmed up, just sort of hands together, circles. You can do some shoulder slaps, just sort of get those shoulders loose. Yeah, feel good. And then we're gonna go up to the wall. So going up to the wall, a lot of times what happens is we start to move away, almost like we wanna try to kick up and practice doing the freestanding handstand. But what happens is if our hands are too far away from the wall, it actually gives us that hyperextended back that we want to avoid. So it just creates bad habits. So for best practice, it's nice to get to the wall. Keep your fingertips about an inch or two away from it, just enough room for your head because you're going to tuck the head under anyways. And then when you kick up to the wall, it'll give you that nice straight up and down. Really focus on tightening that core, squeezing those legs together and pushing the ground away. The wall just gives a nice space if you're just getting started. You don't have that fear of over kicking. But like I said, remember, over kicking and flipping over is because your core isn't activated. So once you do a couple rounds of kicking up to the wall and you start to feel comfortable, so what we're working on when I say comfortable is getting that control. So when you kick up, feeling like you're almost going in slow motion a little bit. You don't want to just fling the legs up there. You want to really make sure that you're controlling the legs up, and that once again comes from the core. So once you get comfortable, you feel nice and controlled kicking up to the wall, then I suggest immediately moving into the freestanding handstand. Because it is so mental, if you get used to kicking up to the wall too much, then that's always going to be in your brain and you're going to kind of lose everything the second you go out to do a freestanding handstand. It's going to be a bit of a panic. So I recommend immediately starting with freestanding handstands. So to get this started, I recommend just doing some handstand hops. So what that is you're placing the hands down, you're still keeping that good position, hands about shoulder distance apart. And when you're kicking up, your base leg that you're kicking off of is gonna stay at a nice 90-degree angle. So this is gonna ensure it acts almost like a weight so that you're not kicking over, it keeps nice and controlled. And what happens here is you'll notice, it's pretty amazing, once your hips get over your shoulders and your core is activated, you're actually gonna pause there. And once you feel that pause, that's when you can bring that base leg that's at a 90-degree angle up to the top leg. So playing this out, just do a couple handstand hops until you feel comfortable. Make sure you're keeping everything nice and activated. And once you feel that pause at the top, you can bring that base leg up. Next, you move into the freestanding handstand. So once you get comfortable with that, then you can start to bring that base leg up a little quicker than normal and just play around with it, have fun. The best thing about handstands is there's so many different variations and each day is very different. It can be super humbling but very fun. So just keep after it, keep a smile on your face and just go play around.